Are we up? We're up. Welcome everybody to another episode of Comic
And
Book
then
Streamland.
Spider-Man swings in and punches the Hulk in the face. Like
Dude,
what? Like what are you talking
that
about?
was nothing compared to the Superman flyby. I was
Oh
like,
my
oh
God.
shit,
Oh
this was
my
amazing.
God.
And then what it was like when Ant-Man jumped up his nose. What about that?
Yes, Ant-Man
Stuck right
baby.
in that gamma snot. I mean,
If
come
Ant-Man
on.
wasn't in that flick, I don't think any of his other three movies would have been redeemable.
Right. Ant-Man
Right,
saved
Paul?
the day like he always does.
Irredeemable Ant-Man. But thank you everybody for checking us out on Comic Book Streamland. This is our 4th episode in a row. What? I'm excited. I didn't think I could pull together 4 in a row. You know, that's huge. It's huge. But here we are with the guys. You know who they are. They know who you are. And we're going to be talking about Captain America: A Brave New World, which opened today, and we have all seen it. I'm fresh off of it. I think, when did you guys see it?
I saw it yesterday.
Yeah, Marvin, when did you see it, dude? Wednesday.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I don't know who you know, but it is what it is, brother. Okay, way to be. Thanks for the invite. But that was my Valentine's Day gift from the missus, and we checked it out. I don't know how you guys felt, but I enjoyed the flick.
Yeah, I mean that's basically the response. I enjoyed it. It was fine. Yeah. It's not. It is all of the Captain Americas to me are in order of descending greatness. Like that is still my sliding scale. Captain America is the best, and they all kind of go down from there. This is the worst of the 4, but it's watchable. I mean, it's perfectly watchable. It is. I don't think it's going to be a blockbuster. I don't think it's going to blow people away, but I think it's watchable. And I think that there is some stuff in it that, like, it's not heavy crossover. It's not like Spider-Man No Way Home. It's not like hyper crossover stuff, but I think there's enough stuff in it that people will dig it. I think it'll do fine.
Yeah.
And
So
it has
Rob,
no competition right now. So
yeah,
I think it should do fine.
Yeah, it doesn't. Rob, I hope you liked the movie. I felt it was money well spent. Right? I'm not asking for my 2 bits back.
Did you get any good promotional items?
No, man, that popcorn shit was $50 fucking bucks, bro.
Right?
That is the
it.
biggest scam right now. Is, oh my God, they want popcorn buckets. Let's make this shit. And
well, you remember what was it last year? They said they were going to go all in on these things to make money because it's a money making thing. So your problem is that you've got declining attendance at movie theaters. Costs are up, so they're going to throw more stuff at you to spend. It's like this cheap piece of plastic. Like they started selling them on their websites now. You can get it off the AMC and Regal websites.
Okay. Well,
there was a guy when I went and saw Nosferatu. He bought the Crypt one, and as he was walking to the theater, he was sitting there with a phone in his hand, like, "Look, I got the thing." I'm like, "This is dumb. We're the dumbest society."
Of course we are, dude. You're paying to get into the theater to buy pops and they were buying the Falcon, Captain America pops, plushes. They were buying them.
What was the one thing they didn't have there? They weren't buying
comic books.
Yeah.
Like once again, this doesn't make sense at all.
Put a couple trades, some digests, something, guys. Something.
They just had a brand new Sam Wilson Captain America comic just came out with Red Hulk on the cover.
Damn. Damn. So for those of you watching, if you've been watching for a minute, last time I remember they packed anything in with a movie was the first Avengers Infinity War, and I had like a little playbill, right? So it was a small little ash can, maybe about 10 pages, right? Gave me a few pointers on some of the heroes and other sale items. Okay, you gave it to me for free. No problem. It was nice. It was cute. But that's it. I've never seen anything else get packed in with this.
Yeah. Well, why don't they have like one of the Marvel Universe handbooks?
There you go, man.
Those things.
Captain America edition, right?
Yeah, I mean, they could make editions of them that just fit in with the the characters. You know what I mean? Like it's just here's the Hulk, here's the Red Hulk, here's Betty Banner, here's Thunderbolt Ross. Like make these 8-page things and just hand them out.
Right. But unfortunately, Sam Wilson really didn't have his own rogues gallery when he was Captain America.
Well, no, he has all the old guys, all the old, you know, whatever.
Yeah, I remember the first issue. He was fighting Armadillo.
But again, that's part of comics, right? Is that these guys don't really want to heavy create because they don't get a piece of it. So all you get is sort of this rehash of like, oh yeah, remember this bad guy, and you know they bring him back.
Oh yes, Maggie he did pop up in Midtown. That's right.
On Facebook.
Yep. Yeah, and I appreciate that. That's very cool. But that's still not a direct, hey, I'm at the theater, let me promote comics to you at the theater.
Yeah. The theater I went to had 3 comic book stores within the area, like not even a 5-minute drive from the theater. And I found out that one of the comic shops, the one closest to the theater, both Jack Kirby and Joe Simon lived only blocks away. I mean, hi, you know, the guys who came up with the idea of Captain America. And I'm like, bro, you couldn't put that on your windows. You don't promote that. You don't say this was a piece of history. He even talked about how the local Long Island Railroad, which is only, again, 2 blocks from his shop, is the railroad that they took and had incorporated into one of the issues. There was a fight scene in one of the Cap stories. And I'm like, are you serious? You know, it's tie-ins like that are missing. For those of you who get to stay to watch the credits, right, they had a special thanks given to, I believe it was Carlos Pacheco, Ed McGuinness, Jeff Loeb, and someone else. It could have been Ed Brubaker.
Yeah, those are the guys that were Red Hulk guys. Okay,
and then further down the credits list, they had said regular thanks to people like Daniel Acuna, Mike Carlin, and a few others, right? But those other 4, they were given special shout outs. They couldn't shout out like shops or you know, pick it up in your local place.
They don't care. Don't at all. Don't at all. They can't.
Yeah, we've been telling you this for like a year, Jay. They don't care.
They don't, man.
They don't care.
You know, Marvin, you always go to Comics Pro. Should they get together like the milk people, and instead of we got milk, we got comics?
So it's funny that you mentioned this, and I actually did say something to both Marvel and DC 2 years ago. Okay. And DC then, when they were at Comics Pro last year, they had an initiative where they were going to be showing, they said they were going to have like comic book stuff on Max. They were going to have comic book stuff in the movies. They were going to have cross promotions on the covers. They put it on the covers and they didn't do any of the other stuff. So they said they were going to have like comic book commercials on Max. There's no comic book commercials on Max.
Yeah, I don't see that.
So it's just a lot of this.
Yeah.
And then you're not following through with it. And then I mean, they don't care. Like you said, they don't care. They don't care that the shops are going to go under. They don't care that the distributor isn't doing what they need to do. All they want to do is put stuff in a box and ship it. That's all they care about.
Yeah. See, but sooner or later they're going to end up running out of stories. By these last crops of movies,
dude, they got 80 years worth of stories.
Yeah,
we won't be around before they run out of stories.
Books, bro. They've only focused on really big event books. But what's left?
But they don't have to. That was just their choice. They don't have to do that.
Okay.
You know, and here's the thing: if dudes are just writing comics right now, they could hire writers right now to be like, hey, look, just tell us a new Captain America story. Like, just make something up.
Yeah.
Which this was a made up new thing. This is not an adaptation of a comic book story.
That is
so
true. Right.
You know, one of the rare movies that doesn't have a direct, you know, correlation to the comics. So but yeah, no, if you want it, listen, all you'd have to do is just start, especially with like the X-Men coming through. How many X-Men events do they have that you can run for the next 20 years
Can't wait for that third try, Dark Phoenix.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we're gonna pass on the Dark Phoenix stuff. Right?
What if? Oh my God! What if they do the Fantastic Four and they find Jean Grey at the bottom of the lake?
That'd be awesome.
And they bring back Famke Janssen. Holy fuck!
That would
blow the comic book world out of the water.
That would be awesome.
That would be incredible. Now that you have Fantastic Four, you can literally bring them to. That's it.
Give me this one.
Holy shit, dude!
What was this Fantastic Four number 286?
Yeah,
folks, for anybody watching, okay, this is where the Fantastic Four found Jean Grey in the bottom of the Hudson.
Yeah. And then literally, because we don't have mutants in the MCU yet, really necessarily, you could then actually run that into an X Factor story where X Factor is discovering the mutants and lead that into the entire mutant segment.
I like that. They won't do that, but I like
No,
that.
Of course not, because it's too fucking cool.
Right. And oh man, I don't want to give up this spoiler on the Captain America movie, but there should have been a mutant in this movie today.
Everybody knows that's in there. I shouldn't say everybody. 75% of people know.
I don't want to say where she came from. I'll let you watch that in the movie.
Right. So, I mean, that just ask the question is that how do you think that are they just going to smush one universe on top of the other when the Secret Wars thing is over?
I don't see why they wouldn't.
Because like from what was said in the end credits, it's seeming like that Battle World is going to be on the 616 Earth instead of it being its own thing.
All of that is we know they haven't even written the script yet, right?
We're writing it for them right now.
Yeah, they're watching right now. Thanks, guys. Thanks,
Kevin. Just call me. I can fix all of your problems.
Did you guys like the movie? Yeah, no.
Yeah. Surprisingly, I should say, I don't know that I liked it. I went in with the absolute lowest possible expectations. I mean, like I expected this to be Eternals level garbage, based on the trailer, and so it's not hard to like beat those sort of expectations. But I did find myself like going like, yeah, I'm like, go give me the next thing. Like, okay, it was fine. Like there was a couple of little moments where I was like, okay, whatever. Like at the beginning, I'm tired of like, okay, let's fight bad guys in black armor. Like I'm so over that shit. Like stop with the that's just dumb. And here, let's have some one-liners. Oh, do you need a break? Like, oh my God, stop it. Stop that cliche stuff. But then once it got going, I was in it all the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that is the thing though. Like none of these movies has had a supervillain team in costumes.
Yeah.
It's all government and just terrorism guys and just sort of
Yeah. It wasn't there. Well, look, for me, this doesn't fall under the top 10 Marvel movies, but it doesn't fall into the worst 10 Marvel movies either.
No, I don't think so. I don't think it embarrassed itself at all.
It didn't. How did you guys feel about the casting of the movie, the casting choices?
The only one that sort of was weird there were two that were weird to me. The one is the widow chick. I didn't buy into her at all. Like she wasn't like a bad actress, but I didn't buy into her that she was like a widow. After Scarlet and the other chick, like those are widows. Like I'm in with that.
Florence Pugh.
Yeah, I didn't buy into her. She wasn't like bad, but she was weird. She was just too short, too small, too like I'm not buying into this. And then the other one was just Giancarlo, who is a great actor.
Yeah.
And again, he didn't embarrass himself, but like for me, every time he was just action guy running around with his guns and stuff, it just looked weird. I was like, this is like somebody's grandpa with a machine gun. Like this doesn't look right. It doesn't. I didn't buy in when he was just doing his acting bit. I was like, all right, it's fine. but when he was action guy,
yeah,
I was like, no, I don't buy it.
It was like he needed some more gun training or something.
Yeah, he seemed like he wasn't comfortable with a lot of that. Like he,
I don't
and he was the reshoot guy, so that could be why.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's played a role like that, like a gun role.
Yeah. Like he's been a boss. He's been the mob boss. Like he's great in Breaking Bad. But as far as like, hey, I'm coming at you with guns, like it didn't play for me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he'll be back in another movie, so maybe
he'll get better. Yeah.
Should he be back? I feel he was a waste.
You don't put that guy in without him coming back.
Yeah. I'm pretty
big of a guy.
He signed for a few movies, so we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, but he was so underutilized in this flick, guys.
Yeah. Well, there was nothing for him to do. He was there. Yeah, he was there because he was available.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
But so was the wrestler that they booted. He was available.
But Giancarlo has more gravitas on the screen. You know what I mean? Yeah. So Seth probably would have been better. Just because I kind of feel like he would have looked better with the guns and stuff.
Yeah.
But from the acting standpoint, I don't know what we had got with Seth. So I feel like they looked at it as like, we have a chance to put Giancarlo and Harrison Ford in a movie. Like, we're going to do this.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they dropped the ball on that. I mean,
I agree. Yeah.
They dropped the ball. You know, even if they set up a teaser, they dropped the ball. Man, that one hurt. That one hurt me. That one really hurt me because
Big Brother Almighty. Because you want to see more of that.
He's a fucking badass, guys. He's a fucking badass. You know, and this makes 2 comic book properties for Giancarlo, right?
What's the other one?
Boys.
Oh yeah.
Was he in The Boys?
Oh yeah. 2 seasons, 2.5 seasons.
I don't even remember him in The Boys. But okay.
Yeah, he's he's Stan Edgar, right?
Right. And this makes 2 comic book properties for Sabra.
Who?
The Israeli bodyguard of the president.
I don't know who that is. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm with you.
This is she did this and she did Bodies, which was on Netflix. And that was a DC adapted property.
No, I didn't know that.
It was from DC Vertigo, yeah. Jack the Ripper, Through the Ages. So she was on that series and she was here. Okay. You know, so you got a lot of people crossing the lines, right? Mm-hmm. They don't care what side of the street they're working on. They're working on a lot.
Just check clears, why should they care?
Yeah, just get that check.
Yeah. Right, that notoriety. This is the first time I saw the guy who played Falcon. I don't know what he's done.
He was in the TV show.
Excuse me. Besides that,
Oh no, I don't know him from that either. I only know him from
He's. I mean, I don't remember what show he's been in. Other movies and shows before, but I don't think he's played that kind of part before.
There you go. She was Timu Black Widow.
But I mean, he's got the energy for it though. He's got the energy for it.
He does. I felt this movie kind of suffered from the same problem that Black Panther 2 had, where the lead just couldn't carry the weight against some of the stronger actors.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Well, I mean, and Alita's right. That was her best acting performance I've seen of any movie that she's been in. I think she did a really good job of that. But like you said, that she's not her personality isn't that strong for her to carry it. But I mean, but going up and that's why I didn't think it was a good idea for them to kill off Angela Bassett's character, because she was the one that was killing that movie.
Man,
yeah, even Michael B. Jordan, is a great actor. So sometimes you got to be careful with some of this stuff,
right? Yeah, but how about even the scenes that she had with Winston Duke in Black Panther 2? She didn't carry the weight against him on screen.
Winston Duke is a really good actor too.
Yeah, he is.
I mean that cast is loaded. It's loaded.
What was it? Winston and who else? Was it Letitia or was it Lupita?
Lupita too, and then Danny Guerrero. Like that cast is stacked.
No, but Winston went to school. He studied with one of the women in Black Panther 2.
Right, I don't remember.
Yeah, and I forgot who it was.
Yeah, I mean, I think she did it. She did a good job with what she had, but there's
see, that's what I was about to say. I think part of the problem with Black Panther is just from a storytelling standpoint. It just was not there. So a lot of times, we might be like, oh, that wasn't a great movie, but sometimes the actors miss because they weren't given anything to use.
I think that in some instances and cases that movie probably should have been postponed a little bit.
Which one, Black Panther 2?
Yes.
Okay.
To give them a chance at a better script. But what came out of it, I don't think it really was to push anything forward. I think that was just a love letter to Chadwick.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
100%.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. I think they pulled back. I mean, it was kind of like the Wolverine and Deadpool type movie where it's just a love letter to Fox. Hey, thanks for the memory. See you later. This is what this was. It was like, thank you. That's what it was.
So this Captain America 4 was a love letter to who? The Eternals?
Nobody.
Harrison Ford.
No.
If it's a love letter to anything, it's a love letter to the Hulk.
Right. I think it's a kind of close out stories movie.
There you go.
You were looking to like tie up loose ends, get those things out of the way. So because what have we been hearing since Eternals was out? When are they going to discuss the hand in the ocean? When are they going to talk about it? What are they going to talk about? Here it is. Shut up.
So do you guys feel, I don't know, swerved in any way at all if a movie completes the story of another unfulfilled franchise?
Not really.
Well, I think it depends. I mean, in all this Marvel stuff, it's all sort of meant to keep going
of the time
and keep going and keep going, especially within the movies, the TV, whatever. But within the movies, they're all supposed to kind of let you know that it's all in the same place, the same universe, the same world. This leads to this leads to this, and so on. So, the only thing that this really leads to specifically is redacted, because there's a very key element in this thing that is like, oh, that's a thing. That's where we're going. Right. The rest of the story is basically just a story. It's Sam becoming Captain America, like truly stepping into the role. It's the Red Hulk, obviously.
Yes.
And there's really not a whole lot else in the movie besides those pieces.
Well, you establish a new Falcon.
Well, sort of. And does anybody bother him that he just looks like the fucking Mandalorian? I mean, those colors, that's just Boba Fett.
Right. Well,
it's just green and tan and like, it's just Boba Fett.
Well, I'll do you one better. Fucking Sam Wilson, Captain America is just Mach 1 from the Thunderbolts.
No one knows what that means.
Yeah, I know. And that's why they were able to get away with it.
And the next time they're seen, they'll have brand new costumes so they can have new figures, and they're not going to be in those costumes in the next movie.
Yeah.
Steve, like he had a different costume in every movie, more than one.
Well, that's because you got to sell toys, my friend. Right. You got to sell toys.
Well, he was wearing Steve's costume from Endgame.
Yeah.
Right? And it's just like, come on, man. So
and I think that, like, when you said that this movie leads into Redacted, I think you there's a step with Thunderbolts. And I think that asterisk has a lot to do with, like, somewhat of Sam's story of why that asterisk is there. And I think they're going to pick up some elements from this movie in Thunderbolts also.
Okay. I hope, because I really don't want to see Sam lead an Avengers team.
Oh, that's inevitable. I think that's inevitable.
That's happening.
Unless this movie tanks, like really tanks, and they're like, ooh, he can't carry. I think it's inevitable that you're going to see that.
I don't think at this juncture there's nowhere else to go. Like it's either him or Spider-Man.
Yeah, and they're not going to. That's not going to happen
because it was originally supposed to be Black Panther. Then it was going to be Captain Marvel. Now it's Sam or Spider-Man. That's it. There's not really much you can pivot to now.
There's not. And that's
and to me, I would have probably. I would have. So the way I was thinking it was going to happen is that you come off of Ant-Man. Scott is super like, oh, I did this. I beat Kang. I'm going to form the Avengers. They go out there and gets crushed. And then somebody has to step into the leadership role because Scott thinks, oh, I'm this big guy. I beat him. So I know what I'm doing. And you get wrecked. But that stopped because you don't have Kang anymore. So, I mean, it's just these complete and total pull a string and see what happens with this stuff now because there's so much happening outside of the movies that's changing everything.
But this wasn't a throw the spaghetti against the wall kind of movie, though.
No. What I'm saying is that everything else that's happening outside the movie is what's changing the narrative as you march towards a new movie that didn't exist before.
Yeah,
Doomsday like this. That's a brand new movie. There was no Doomsday. That's a new movie.
During the all-new phase, he was part of the Avengers with Deadpool, Female Thor, Captain Marvel, etc. Yeah, that was the comics, though, bro, and we saw how quickly that changed.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
So here's a question for you.
Go ahead.
No Marvel fanfare at the beginning of the movie.
No Marvel fanfare.
Yeah.
Oh, it was like that weird. They changed it. It was like that weird, like Marvel in white letters, like Marvel Studios.
Yeah, that's right.
They did a new sort of opening.
Yeah.
So now is each movie going to have its own unique intro now? Because if you remember, there was only one movie, and this could be a trivia. What's the one movie in the MCU that had opening credits?
What?
Guardians 2 was the only movie that had opening credits.
Really?
Yep.
Talking about the cast? Really?
Yeah, all the other movies had cold openings. Guardians 2 had credits.
Okay.
Which makes no sense. I don't know why. Why does that one? Like it's weird. It's like starting a Star Wars movie with credits.
Okay. Yeah. You know, that didn't dawn on me, and I didn't miss it, right? Mm-hmm. Or I wasn't looking forward to it, so it didn't hit me. It didn't make an impact on me. And that's the thing that I'm coming away with this flick. It didn't make an impact on me. Mm-hmm. I think it was better than a made-for-TV movie, right, or direct-to-DVD movie. But in the grander scheme of this, it was a piece of the puzzle, right? It was a setup movie. It wasn't.
Well, I mean, most of them have been. Like you got to get to the end of like you ended Phase 4 without a Avengers movie.
Yeah.
Now
but this needs to be set up by other movies too, dude.
Right. But
if you didn't know Black Panther, you wouldn't know what's going on here, right? Yeah. If you didn't watch the Ed Norton Hulk, you wouldn't know what's going on here.
Well, and there was no direct correlation to lead to the Thunderbolts, which I thought was really weird. Like I thought the end credit scene was going to be a Thunderbolts thing.
So did I.
Well, you do have a lead though. You have like a cameo that leads in, but it's
but I mean, I expected like a full next step.
Right.
Yeah, like they would tell us like next step Thunderbolts.
I think that asterisk in there is the lead of what they have, what they're setting up, and why they didn't do it in that movie.
I thought we were getting it. I mean, slam dunk, Thunderbolt Ross, right? Red.
Well, that's part of the trailer for the Thunderbolts. Is he says like we can't use that name. Did you see that trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like we can't call ourselves that. We can't use that name.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought we were getting something to tie in, and
it was just a little strange. Just a little strange.
Yeah, they dropped the ball on that.
Maybe they're trying to bury the Thunderbolts already. They're like, this is going to suck. Like, stop talking about it.
I hope not. I'm all over David Harbour.
Not showing no trailer doing a Super Bowl. You're not trying to bury a movie.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You know what movie didn't get a trailer at the Super Bowl because they might be trying to bury it?
What?
Superman.
Yeah, that's true. But I think that they had, because they dropped it earlier, I don't think they care. I don't think they were worried about it.
Oh, it was like they had this whole entire oh, we're going to show a clip during the Puppy Bowl, and it was the same trailer they already showed before.
Yeah.
And then people got mad, and then they released that guy Gardner. The only bowl I need is this. He ports his hair.
Right. Yeah.
Marketing. Well, marketing for this movie is awful so far.
It is. Yeah, but they also now have the problem of they can't release this thing in like Canada and UK and whatever because the rights and the Schusters are like, you can't do this because we have some aspect of international, copyright.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, the copyright laws are different in other countries, which they didn't realize, and the rights are reverted back to them in those countries.
Yeah.
And you notice how they waited until the trailer was released to do this.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Oh, of course.
Just
it's
twist it around.
It's ransom, right?
Of course it is. They're going to get paid. Of course it is.
All right. So Bucky is Captain America. Excuse me. Sam Wilson is Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you rank him? Good, very good, not good, mid.
He's fine.
I think it's decent because he's not Steve Rogers. He's not acting like Steve Rogers. He's not trying to be Steve Rogers. He has his own.
They made a point of telling us that, Mark.
Yeah, he has his own design, the own way of doing things. So I mean that makes it different.
Except that he's still even after the fucking TV show, he's still, oh my God, I don't know if I should carry the shield. I don't know if I'm that guy. Like fucking A, dude, step up and be the guy, or don't give it to Bucky. If you're not the guy, give it to Bucky. Let's move on.
I feel like the people who are writing this read the comics, and that was continuously happening in the comics.
Yeah. Is it really?
Yeah, continuously. Yeah. To this day, when Steve decided that there should be no subtitles with the Captain America, and it was just we're both Captain America. He was still in that mode of I don't know if I can do this.
Wait, Sam is still Captain America in the books?
Yeah, they're both Captain America.
Okay.
Well, actually, you have more than one. You got 3 or 4 Captain Americas now, because now, what's his name? The guy that Carl Lombo plays.
Oh, the first Captain America.
Yeah, he's Captain America too.
I liked Carl Lumbly in this movie.
Yeah.
Carl Lumbly held his own, right? Mm-hmm. I mean,
and that is, for those that have read Young Avengers, that's a connection to Young Avengers if they decide they want to do that.
Well, Eli was in this movie and he got cut too.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there is that, and that's out there. The Young Avengers is out there. So if Sam doesn't carry it, maybe they just scrap it and go to Young Avengers. Once all the big hubbubs are done, mm-hmm. They could just be like, look, we're not going to have an Avengers, but we'll have the Kid Avengers.
Well, I thought that was the plan already, because you've got a team. You've got a team already. Right. With Kate Bishop and Ms. Marvel. And
they've aged up Scarlet Witch's kids.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So the team is there. You just they just
but we haven't seen that as an announcement on their schedule of phases. Yeah. But I'm sure it's in the back of their head, because like you said, it would be very easy to do.
Yeah. I mean, it'll probably be they should probably just do a mini series and not mm-hmm. not drag it out for 8-9 episodes.
They shouldn't even do that. They should just do a 2-hour movie.
Or good... like they did with Man Thing, special.
Yeah, the Werewolf by Night thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't think they're going to do it. But
why? It fits in. Listen, I don't want them to do it, but it fits in perfectly to pop culture right now, where it's just kids are the thing.
Right. Well, I mean, you have to, because that's going to be part of your Secret Wars stuff too.
Yeah, but look at how well they handled New Mutants.
Well, that was
but that was back with Fox. That's a different world. That's a different world.
Is it when you count the Secret Wars now?
No, I mean, it's a different world as far as creative management and storytelling and all of that.
And hopefully they've washed that down. Well, I don't know, because are you going to pull anybody from Deadpool and Wolverine? Are you going to pull Gambit, Blade, and those guys from Deadpool and Wolverine and have them in Secret Wars?
Does this girl continue to be X-23?
I thought they already announced that she was going to be in it.
Yeah, there would be no reason for her to not keep going.
Okay. Who was it that you were talking about recently? A young actress that is in the hunt for something, but they couldn't specify who she was going to be.
Well, I've seen all of these things come through, but none of it is remotely official. It's all just fan people going, "Oh, this person should play this person," and then it's there's a tagline that says, "Oh, Marvel talks with Margot Robbie to play White Queen." Like, no, they're not. Like, stop it! You're just posting shit. It's fake news.
So here's one for you. And I still laugh at it to this day. So you remember when they were doing the thing with Dark Phoenix, when they were trying to figure out if they could use the scrolls or not. Because remember, they made up another race or something that could do shapeshifting.
Oh, in the second one, in the First Class universe.
Right. So someone, not saying any names, me, started a rumor that Jessica Chastain was playing a older Jean Grey in that movie. And somebody picked it up and somebody published it that this was happening.
Really? But she didn't.
No, she was one of the villains in the movie.
They went the Black Swan storyline, which really wasn't that great to begin with.
No.
Right?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I feel like that, like those movies peaked with X2. Kind of got some momentum into Days of Future Past, and just was downhill from there. They were just throwing stuff at the wall after that.
Yeah, well, Marvel was throwing stuff at the wall also in their Phase 4 setup, right? So, do you think this Captain America flick points Marvel in the right direction, the MCU, or no?
I don't think it does anything to Marvel. I think it's an almost borderline irrelevant, just because it doesn't have any direct correlation to this is where we go next. I think the only thing that
Thunderbolts are the ones going to push it forward.
I don't think that's going to happen at all. Now, it depends on what their ultimate story is, but if it's just an Expendables or a Suicide Squad movie, again, I don't think it matters. I think the only thing that really resets Marvel is the Fantastic Four. Potentially, just because they are they are an Avengers, they are an X-Men, they are one of those big franchises. And with Reed and his ability to go through the different universes and all that kind of stuff, the Council of Reeds, even all that kind of crap, that has the potential to sort of re-energize what's going on. But the stuff that we're doing now is all just low-level stuff. It's just, hey, here's Captain America punching some bad guys, and here's the Thunderbolts punching some bad guys, and it could be fine. Like I said, this Captain America movie, it's fine, but there's nothing that's going to make it $1 billion run. I would be surprised if it hits 600.
That's giving it a lot of credit.
That's what I'm saying. I think if it hits 600, I think it will have more than done its job. But a lot of it will depend on the competition that's coming in the next few weeks.
What's coming up?
I don't know. Nothing that I can really see that's like
your next big movie is Thunderbolts in May 2nd. Remember, because you got that run in May of Thunderbolts, Jurassic Park, and
Jurassic Park's July.
I'm sorry. I mean, you got that run in July where it's
you got the 3 in July. That'll be brutal.
Jurassic Park. You mean Black Widow meets Blade?
Yeah,
because that's what it is, right? You got these. Blade's never going to happen.
Yeah. No. Not with it'll be Wesley Snipes just closing out the role again.
Why not? Right. So that's going back to movies that had closed something else out. Right. You had Deadpool close out Blade. You had Deadpool close out Elektra. Right. Is it time to wrap some of this stuff up?
I mean, the problem is that you have an entire studio called Marvel Studios. What else are they going to make movies about?
Yeah, it's only a matter of time before they go Midnight Suns heavy. I mean, all of that stuff is just waiting to happen, but it doesn't seem like they have a handle on how to. I mean, surprisingly, because Werewolf by Night was cool, so I don't know how they can't translate that into, hey, you guys did this. Like, come write Midnight Sun stuff, and you know.
As I said before we went on the air, I think it's a producer problem, because they've churned over a lot of producers at that studio, and they're too involved in the creation process. They need to get the hell out of the way and let people create. Like, this movie had 5 writers. Right. They weren't all hired at the same time.
And it looked like 2 of them might have been AI.
Wow.
Or somebody using an AI program.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, 2 of them used AI to kind of get us, because like, hey, Captain America punches a guy in black armor. Pew, that's AI. I mean, that's an AI scene. Like, nothing happens.
And you know, as good as Kevin Feige has been advertised, he can't be everywhere and do everything. Like, he can't be on these movie sets directing what's going on. So someone has to be there that is like not some. There needs to be a blocker to block the producers away from the creative people, and let them be on second floor creating while you're up in your studio doing something else. Leave them alone.
I mean, AI is not all that bad. Seriously, imagine if Rob Liefeld had AI helping him to write stories.
Are you sure he doesn't?
So
what's the last Rob Liefeld story that was like, holy shit, that's a great story?
Let's
like 30 years ago.
Let's jump in the Wayback Machine. Back to Youngblood. When
where it got torn to shreds when it was released. Youngblood was torn to shreds when it was released.
No. I'm telling a quick story about Youngblood. What were you saying?
Okay. Yeah.
Go ahead. Go for it.
So in the story, Chapel, I think he had HIV in the story.
Right. Yeah, I remember that.
Kills himself. So then he can go to hell, kicks the devil out of hell. The devil then goes back in time and creates Youngblood.
What?
Yes. The character in Youngblood, who was the leader of the team, I can't remember what his name was because it was something goofy. Was the devil.
Shaft is the devil?
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
I thought Crypt was the devil.
No. Nope. When Chapel kills him, so he goes to hell, right? He kicks the devil out of hell. Devil goes back in time, and then he was the one that created Youngblood. Like, his name was Craven or something like that. I can't remember what his name was.
Wait, what?
Yes. Yes.
All right. This took that.
And one more.
You just derailed the whole show, man.
Yeah, man.
You remember when they did Image 25, where they jumped forward to the 25th book?
Okay.
And then when they got to that, they skipped it and went to their next issue.
Yes.
Yeah.
When Rob Liefeld got the Youngblood 25, he did a whole new story.
He actually did a 25?
Yep. It was a different story. It didn't connect to the 25 he did when they did the jump forward.
Right.
I don't remember. I remember the 25 issues.
Yeah.
I think Stormwatch had the best one.
Yeah.
Right? And but where's that
was book, when Spartan was leading Stormwatch, and they actually did that when they caught up to it, but nope, he did something different.
Wow. Okay. So
I remember when they all did, what was it, like issue 9 or 10 or something, where they all swapped?
Yeah.
Like McFarlane did Cyberforce, and you know, like that was a really weird
Dragon.
Yeah, that was a weird moment.
Yes. Yeah. Jim Lee did Savage Dragon?
Mm-hmm.
That's not bad. Eric Larson did what?
He did Wildcats.
Okay. I mean, you had 2 workhorses, do the other workhorses work. Mm-hmm. So, all right, good stuff. But, Rob Liefeld is somebody who the guy loves to talk a good game, right?
Mm-hmm.
He loves to talk about being in the right place at the right time. He loves to talk about his numbers being up there. But where have they been since those things came out?
Well, he's right. And I love, if that's truly what he said, right place, right time, he's 100% right. All those guys were right place, right time. For right place, right time, including the speculator market that was bubbling at the time. Right place, right time is everything.
Right.
That's where everybody wants to be.
Right. Right. And he's capitalized on that, right?
Of course. Yeah, they all have. Yeah.
He's had a career of not doing anything good since then, capitalizing on that.
Well, I mean, I would say that it wasn't good then. Or was it because anything with an X on the cover was hot?
Well, in fairness, it wasn't. It wasn't until these guys came around that stuff happened, and it got popping. Same with Spider-Man. Spider-Man before McFarlane came on.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Like during that era, it was Spider-Man, it was X-Men, all those things.
But the sales on those books were low. That's what I'm saying. Right. The X stuff a little bit differently, but he was on New Mutants. New Mutants was dying, and basically Marvel was like, "Look, dude, just save the fucking book."
Well, yeah, how do you save it? You put an X on the cover.
You put but he changed sales before they got to X-Force.
Right.
You know, when he came on in like 92 or something, you know, the sales went up, and that's what let it become X-Force, and then it obviously blew up.
But he only did about 6 issues of X-Force.
Yeah, but it didn't matter. He did 6 issues of X-Force, but he also did the 6 issues or whatever it was of New Mutants that you know, ramped it up. So, you know, and that's where Deadpool came in, Domino, you know, all those characters were New Mutants and ramped it all up. I mean, he left X-Force because of Image. If Image didn't happen, he would have still just kept doing X-Force. He would have just kept going. But, you know, that's right place, right time. And you know, they earned that opportunity. All of them earned that opportunity.
So did right place, right time destroy the future of comic books? Right? These guys took off, right? So when they took off, Marvel had other checks and balances put into place to make sure that never happened again. Do they still have the same royalty program with newer creators that they had with those Image guys? And if
there was no royalties back then,
of course,
that's why they left. They weren't getting shit. One of the things that Todd McFarlane talks about all the time is all he wanted was a Spider-Man shirt, like with his art on it, because they were selling Spider-Man shirts. Right. He was like, just give me a shirt.
So what is it? Let's go back to Rob Liefeld. What is he always talking about? That he's getting dough from the Deadpool toys.
He negotiated at some point along the way, not back in 1992 or whatever it was. At some point along the way, he negotiated that it's said to be 5% on Deadpool aspects, and that's it. Just Deadpool, not anything else. Just Deadpool stuff. So if they made an X-Force movie, he's not getting X-Force stuff. It's just whatever they do with Deadpool, he has some piece of that, and he's negotiated that at some point along the line. So that's real. But the whole point of Image is that they weren't getting royalties, at least not in any significant way, because trade paperbacks weren't really a thing back then. So there wasn't a lot of just evergreen, you know, material being produced like it is now. So there were no royalties. There were no, hey, we made toys and t-shirts and shut. So take a couple, you know, there was no gratuity of any kind from the publishers. And so that's why they were like, we're getting the fuck out of here.
Right. And it is that probably the reason why a lot of the creators that came over to Image, a lot of their characters resembled the books they were working on at that time too.
Yeah. They, in fact, that's part of that documentary where I think it was Mark Silvestri literally says, he's like, you know, a lot of the stuff we did was safe because we knew that our fans would respond to it because that's what we were doing before.
Cyberforce and X-Men were both, Cyberforce and Wildcats were both X-Men books.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right.
And they knew that. They knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing.
Well, I mean, it was originally advertised, the books, as Brand New Mutants. I remember seeing it in some advertising for what was the one comic shop they always had ads for in Marvel books, like Brand New Mutant characters from Jim Lee and Rob Liefeld.
Yeah, well, Rob Liefeld tried to make a book called The Executioners.
Yeah.
And Marvel was like, the fuck you are.
That's right. That's right. So wait, what company came up with X-Mutants? What was
that was Malibu, I think. That might have been pre-Malibu, actually, as I'm thinking about it.
Okay.
But eventually it made it to Malibu prior to when, you know, it became like all that Ultraverse stuff. Like Malibu was around since the 80s. They were dicking around with stuff. But I mean, you know, Mutants And X Mutants, it wasn't like X, it was EX.
EX.
Mutants.
Yeah.
So there's finagling, that kind of stuff.
Am I late?
A little bit late.
You're right in time.
Joe's almost over.
Minutes, right?
So just start from the beginning, all right?
Okay. So Spider-Man punches the Hulk in the face.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
then Spider-Man goes up with Lobo.
When does the Vision show up?
In the post-credit, the mid-credit scene. Sorry.
No, you think when you see his silhouette, you think it's Vision, but it's Red Tornado.
Oh, even better. Damn it, that's what I wanted. Was it Toro? Right? How about Toro? Would the Toro show up?
You're too deep. You're too deep in the weeds. No one knows what Toro is.
Toro?
Wait, Human Torch is Toro?
That's the original Human Torch.
The
was
original
Toro,
Human Torch is Toro.
Yeah, that one.
And he was a robot.
Yeah.
Wait, Toro wasn't a robot.
Toro was a robot.
He was in
Toro
First
was a
Avenger,
robot?
right?
Toro was a robot.
Yeah. He was a
Jim
robot.
Hammond, right?
An
Jim
android,
Hammond.
whatever you want to call it.
An android, yeah.
Right. I didn't know Toro was a robot too. Okay.
So there's a funny one is that in West Coast Avengers, when they brought him back, so you had that Human Torch and the Johnny Storm Human Torch in the same book standing next to each other, and they used the same flame effect. I'm like, you lazy bits.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. All right. Last week we were talking. You guys were telling me about all these documentaries on Tubi.
Yeah.
I didn't get to see those documentaries. I saw the one on Amazon about Mike Mignola. Did you guys catch that?
Yeah, I saw that one too.
Yeah, I backed the Kickstarter, so I got the Blu-ray.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice, man. I wasn't aware of this being on Amazon at all. I caught it. I watched it twice already, and it's just like, God damn. I mean, holy shit. Mike Mignola is in another world for me now. After seeing what went into this, right? The guy used to hang out in cemeteries.
How is that surprising based on what he does?
Right.
Did he fight zombies in the cemetery?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Who was the creator?
Back in your grave.
Who was the creator of Sam and Max?
Oh, I don't know.
I can look it up. Yeah.
So I didn't know that Mignola, that creator, and Art Adams were roommates. They were boys.
Oh yeah, all those guys that came up together, they were.
Yeah, Steve Purcell.
Steve Purcell.
Yeah.
There you go, man. And Sam and Max made it to animated form, didn't it?
Yeah, they had video games. They had a whole bunch of stuff.
They had a video game with it too. Get out of here.
Like back in the day, was it LucasArts? I mean, we're talking about games from like the early 2000s or maybe even the mid 90s.
Okay.
Yeah, like LucasArts, Sam and Max. Yeah, you can look it up. I'm sure you can find it online somewhere.
Fuck it, they made their money. You know what I mean? And is it legit that the Mignolaverse outside of Marvel and DC is the biggest interconnected universe out there?
Yes.
Probably, yeah.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was just that and BRPD.
Yeah, you'd have to see my library, bro.
Yeah,
I've seen your library.
But I mean,
the Mignolaverse is legit, and
it's
even I didn't really understand how widespread it was until I saw that documentary. Man, I knew, but I didn't know all of that. Yeah, it's crazy.
So what else do they have? What else does Mignola have besides Hellboy and BRPD?
Well, it's Hellboy, it's BRPD, but then it's everything that shoots out of that.
Right.
It's, Abe Sapien gets his own books, and there's the Witchfinder, and it's just this endless, continuing, growing universe out of all of it. So there may be just those two main titles, but then everything just keeps going and going and going.
Yeah, he has the damn it, who's the guy with the claw?
Yeah, the Lobster Johnson.
Lobster Johnson. Yeah, he has 2 or 3 books with him in it.
Right.
And when I say books, they're like the thick hardcovers. So.
Oh, The Amazing Screwhead, right? Which became the animated series?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
is that part of it or no?
It might be. I don't know. It's not part of the Hellboy thing.
Right. But BPRD has BPRD, but then even that has spinoffs.
Right.
And so it just keeps It's like the X-Men. There's the X-Men, and then there's New Mutants, X Factor, X Force,
Right.
Blah 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 blah. On and on.
Right. Fallen Angels, all those.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, and even if you were to read the BPRD, there's like, I haven't counted, I think there's 8 or 9 volumes in that one series. That's one story.
I'll stay over one night and I'll read it. Don't worry. I'll just sit in your library.
You can take a picture and go home and cry.
Negative, doctor. Negative. I mean, I love it. I'm not knocking it. I'll never take anything away from Mignola. I love him. What other documentary? What was on the Kickstarter that was not in this documentary that was aired?
I think there was some extras on there. I got to be honest, it's been a while since I watched it, but I remember there being some extras on there. But another documentary you can watch that's probably on Amazon is Dave Stevens.
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know that
one of Dave Stevens on there. I think it's done by the same guys. I'm not sure though.
Yep.
So the only other thing I saw on Amazon was the 2000 AD.
Yep. That's a good one.
Right? Future Shock. That was nice.
Yeah. No, that's a good one. Yeah.
But Tubi has more. Tubi just has more. Tubi has Grant Morrison. They have Warren Ellis. They've got Chris Claremont. Like, there's just more on Tubi.
I saw the Chris Claremont one. Is that the one where Weezy and Innocenti on the couch with him?
Yep.
Okay.
Watch the Grant Morrison one and Warren Ellis together, and you'll never understand English ever again. Just watch them back to back.
Okay, I got Tubi queued over here because
just
Marvin
put on
and I
the subtitles.
going in on some
those require subtitles.
Yeah.
What was it? Grant? What's the one for Grant Morrison? What's that one called?
Warren Ellis. Warren Ellis and Grant.
The one for Grant Morrison is called Warren Ellis. Okay.
No, one. The other one is Warren Ellis. That's all you need. Just type in their names.
Yeah. Really? Just type in their names. You'll find them.
Stop being a boomer.
I am such a fucking boomer. So we went out to, we went out to dinner after the movie, and I'm looking at the receipt on the tablet, and I'm like, I can't see this shit. Where's the cash button? What do I just say? I'm paying in cash with this thing. I'm such a fucking boomer, guys. All right, so I typed in Grant. I got nothing.
Grant Morrison. You got to type in his name.
Spyglass to the restaurant with you.
Mm-hmm. So let me ask you guys. Because I know Tom, you saw it. So Jay, you saw it. Marvin, did you see it?
Yeah.
Oh damn!
Marvin has special seating.
Shit,
we literally talked about this last week, Calderon.
Shit, my geek card gotta get rejected or expired or something. I don't know. Anyway, so was it any good though? That's the only real question I have. Was it any good?
It's fair. It's fair.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
It's watchable.
Yeah. All right. Here. Is it I? There you go.
Is it I?
It's I.
Because I'm probably not gonna be able to watch it until next weekend. So.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
You're
not missing anything. It's fine. You'll get when you get there. You'll be fine.
Oh, okay, I got it.
That's fair.
Grant Morrison Talking with Gods.
Yes,
there you go. Yeah, that's it.
2010.
I don't remember.
Yeah, these are all fairly old documentaries.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's one out there floating on with Alan Moore. You want to watch Freaky? You want to watch another one where you need subtitles? Go watch the Alan Moore one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm with it. Will I learn anything from that?
From Alan Moore?
Either one of them.
Learn something from Alan Moore.
You'll learn from all of these guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, you'll learn from.
Because I learned a lot from Mike Mignola, right? And if it wasn't for his wife, God damn it, he wouldn't have had the chops to pursue his own stuff. He had the talent, he had the imagination, but he didn't have the confidence, and she brought it. I don't know. It kind of feels like sometimes what I'm going through with the missus, right? She is my.
Well, it's the confidence. He was lacking the confidence. You're right, but he also was concerned about do I need to just go get a job? But she was taking care of that side, which allowed him to dive all the way in.
Yeah. Yeah, and he did. And look at what we got out of it. Right? I mean, not only did he reap the rewards, but so did we.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well, that's what people don't understand about the arts is if you can give people the opportunity to go all the way in, good things can and will happen. But when you kind of stunt creativity and people have to kind of stop and start and stop and start and stop and start, it makes it much, much more difficult to, create continuity, get things going faster, move faster, get into it. That's just the reality.
Yeah. What happened, Marvin?
I said you talk about Zack Snyder.
Zack Snyder. What?
What is Zack Snyder?
That guy makes too much stuff. You got to stop him making stuff.
No, I mean stop and start, no continuity, etc.
Oh yeah, that's.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Somebody that needs help with either creativity or fucking AI is Bleeding Cool Comics over here, and there are their title is fucking stupid because in the wake of Diamond's bankruptcy, I know this is Tom's favorite topic. I know that. Other publishers are starting to shut down right now. The first one being Blood Moon Comics. But the title for the article is really fucking weird. Blood Moon Comics shuts up shop as a result of Diamond bankruptcy.
I mean, when have these guys ever had?
Right.
Never mind.
But they've been known for this type of sloppiness for years.
Okay.
But I think it has a lot to do with the fact, like, whoever runs the site, like, they run it from their phone or something. And they're probably at the supermarket and throwing this thing up while they can.
I don't want to knock anybody else's work over here, but I'm not even familiar with any of these titles.
No, I don't know who Blood Moon is. I've never.
Caligera, Canonical, Mud Madness, Hunt Leviathan.
Here's the thing, Jay.
What's up?
I assure you, they probably never heard of us either.
Yeah, that's very possible.
I'm not knocking them. I'm not knocking them.
It's okay. It's a big market. It's a big world.
Right.
And there's a lot of people out there doing a lot of stuff, and some of it we're going to see, and some of it we're going to feel, and a lot of it we won't.
Right.
So, yeah.
But how many
I've seen them in previews, and I'm pretty sure I've been on their website before.
Okay.
I click on everything.
I'm pretty sure I've seen them in previews too, and I'm pretty sure I flipped right by that page.
The thing is, how many other teams, small publishers, small press, are really? This was their only way of bringing in dough.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we discuss it every week, man. I mean, it's change or die, right? It's you have to morph with the times. You just can't just sit in one spot and just take it in the head. You got to move.
Yeah, and there are people who hang their hat on the idea that they don't use crowdfunding. Like that is they're like, I am doing this by myself. I am not using crowdfunding. I am not. And I'm like, well, you are out of business now.
Right. Because crowdfunding for me is like, I mean, it's a pre-order system.
Yes.
Right. I got the book.
Right.
You want the book, you pre-order it. I send you the book. I mean, what's the big deal? And I've had friends where, just like Tom said, they hang their hat on the fact of they don't use the platforms and they just want to do it their own way, however they're going to do it. And I'm like, all right, well, if you like never recouping your costs and living in poverty, have fun.
Well, just, not gaining another source of revenue, right? Correct. Revenue streams for us are key, right? Every penny counts.
Mm-hmm.
Every penny counts.
Right. Well, that's a good segue because, Kickstarter announced some new features that they're adding.
Such as?
Yep. I put the link in the chat. I'm on top of it, man. I'm a good producer.
I see.
I'm ready for it. I got
this is stuff you could have prepped before, when we were in the green room, bro.
Well, I could have. I didn't know we were going to talk about that.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I know.
Whatever. We'll talk about it. This is comic book stuff, man. You know what I mean? We're talking to goods here, guys. Right? So Kickstarter 2025 product roadmap. New tools for its creators and backers.
I'm so afraid right now.
Okay.
Well, one of the things they discuss is multi-payment.
Yeah.
So a person can pay, like if you have a high-end tiers, like $400, $500, they can split it over 4 payments.
All right, so here we go. We're so excited to give you a preview of what we're focusing on for 2025. Here's a quick look at what's ahead. The post-campaign tools creator have been asking for. We're introducing our very own set of pledge management tools for creators, helping to simplify logistics and fulfillment after a campaign ends. A better experience for backers, from easier project discovery to new.
Okay, go to the actual things.
Oh, this isn't it?
No, that's the overview.
Yeah.
Okay. Raise more with add-ons. Enhanced backer survey. Simplified shipping management. Tax collection made easy. Is that it, or is there more?
There was more.
Pledge over time, flexibility for backers.
That's what I was talking about, yeah.
And a game changer for creators.
Mm-hmm.
Kickstarter is built on the belief that great ideas come to life when creators and backers work together. That's why we're investing in new tools and features to make back-end projects on Kickstarter more rewarding and flexible and transparent. Today, we're pleased to introduce our Pledge Over Time. When a creator enables the Pledge Over Time option on their campaign, backers can split their pledge into 4 equal payments. Okay, so like what PayPal does, right? This gives backers the flexibility to budget their support over time, making it easier to access higher tier rewards, additional add-ons, and support big, ambitious ideas. Payments are automatically made every 2 weeks, ensuring a seamless, hassle-free process, unless that backer is overloaded and has overextended themselves. Right?
I mean, that was the biggest one for me, is that what, like,
wait, no. Go back up.
What's up?
Pledge Over Time isn't just a win for backers, it's a game changer for creators. When we remove or reduce cost barriers for backers, we help creators attract higher pledges. While this feature is only available to select creators by spring, okay, blah, 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 right now, projects, da, da, da. So my question here is, if somebody is like, yeah, I'm going to do this, am I waiting for 4 months to get the money? Or are they going to still give me the money and then deal with it themselves?
No. My understanding is that the creators will get paid. Like they'll get the money every 2 weeks. Like you'll get a quarter payment every 2 weeks from the I guess from the fan or the.
That sucks.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
I mean, it depends. I mean, you'll get the first quarter when it ends. 2 weeks later, when they pay you, you'll get another quarter. I mean, you got to understand. I mean, the way I look at it is like this: it could be the difference between getting a $300 or $400 pledge or not.
Okay.
Right. The only way it would work the other way, where you get it up front, if it's credit, they would have to do a credit check.
Right, but I don't think that's what they were offering.
Right, because they're not holding the money in escrow.
No.
Right. And then our vendors are not going to be offering us the same things. Right. Hey, backers 135, 216, and 300. They're going to spread their $1,000 they owe me over the next month. So can I wait to send you the money for that product over X amount of time?
Yeah, but if you also have that problem, you shouldn't be in business anywhere.
Ooh.
I mean, seriously, like if you have that big of an issue, I mean, if it's $20,000 or $10,000, yeah, maybe. But if you're talking about a couple grand,
okay. So let me add this then to the mix. How many creators do you think are prepared to handle this type of logistics in their fulfillment period?
Well, if it's going to be done within a month, it shouldn't be an issue, because like we said, it's 2 weeks. So you get charged $50. 2 weeks later, they get charged $50 again. That's when you get the bulk of your money, and then you'll have it wrapped up 2 weeks later. So it really isn't that big of a deal. Again, unless it's some gigantic piece of money, then that could cause some potential issues. But none of us are getting $5,000 pledges or anything. None of us even have like $1,000 tiers. So, at the end of the day, if someone's dropping like $300 or $400 and it takes that month, it really isn't an issue.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be.
So then the question, what is the criteria for you to be able to use that too?
Who, the fan or
well, it said it was only be available for select people.
Yeah, no, I'm sure it's being beta tested.
Yeah, it's in beta. That's why he says it's going to open up to everybody by the end of the year.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's a video, he goes through it all.
Okay.
All right, how many backers won't back a project if this is not an option on that campaign?
Right.
Well,
I mean, it opens up a new like it's opening up the something else for someone who doesn't have the funds right now. So okay. I mean that's helpful because now you gain a pledge you might not have gotten before.
Right.
All right, here we go. Notification for fulfillment failures. Oh, that's on our end. If our trust and safety team determines that a project faced significant fulfillment failures and the creator hasn't followed our rules, you may see a notice on the project page. We'll also send backers a notification that outlines the issue and the actions Kickstarter has taken, including restricting the creator from launching future projects.
About time.
So that's the opposite of last year when they added a thing to campaigns that were like in good standing or whatever. You can get a little bonus box that said, "This is a good creator." So this is now the opposite. This is, this guy's fucked up and, we're keeping an eye on it.
Okay. More creator information. Soon project pages will include more details about a creator's track record, collaborators, and past projects.
So how does that work if someone is just like that guy we talked about before just has like 80 email addresses that he's creating using those email addresses to launch more campaigns, like 6 in a month?
Oh, there'd be no, I mean, every email is going to be a different thing. So you can't really, so if they get a bad account, all they got to do is use the other account.
Right. So I mean, you're not really stopping them because they're not doing their due diligence on checking, because there's going to be some crossovers between those Kickstarters.
Yeah, I mean, because here's the thing. Like, I know of a few guys who've done various campaigns, but they've run it through one, usually because it's harder to get this part. It's easy to get an email, but bank accounts. It's hard to, you can have 80 emails. It's hard to have 80 bank accounts. So if you're just running 1 or 2 bank accounts, they're going to filter it down just to those bank accounts. They'll know. And that's how I know they busted a couple guys, because they said, you got like 3 or 4 things, but you're running it through this one account. They were like, you got to stymie this for whatever reason. So, because I know a couple guys had issues, and they tracked them down through the bank account.
Well, I mean, you technically could have 80 bank accounts because
like I said, not easy, but you could.
You just open up like through Capital One. You open up you open an account. You can open up as many accounts with Capital One as you want. They all have different account numbers.
Okay. I mean, do they charge anything for them?
No.
Okay. Go ahead, just let them know how to game the system, Marvin. Just do it. Let them know how to scam it out. Sheesh.
Well, I mean, somebody has to be doing it because like we see people run campaigns continuously and they don't do anything.
Right.
Oh, well, the question really isn't so much of if they're running campaigns continuously. It's more a thing of are they fulfilling continuously?
Well, that's what I mean. They're not fulfilling and they're just.
Oh, right. Yeah. If they're not fulfilling, that's an issue. Yeah. I don't know. Because
I don't know what add-ons they're talking about. They already gave us add-ons, right? Raise more with add-ons.
No, I think it's post-campaign. So what it is when you send out your survey.
This is an expansion, sort of like Backer Kit. Like when you do Backer Kit, you can tell people you can buy stuff.
Right.
So that'll be, hey, here's your survey. You can buy stuff. They're trying to eliminate the third party.
Right. They're trying to get like Backer Kit is launched their I guess they've shot their shot over the bow and Kickstarter's returning fire. So
that's just a VPN, Daphne. You just get a VPN. You can roll with as many IP addresses as you want.
It's technology. That's beyond my understanding.
Or I mean, you can run it from someone else's house. You can go to the library. I mean, there's multiple ways to get around.
All right, Marvin. Keep telling. Why don't you start telling us about the dark web while you're at it? Huh? How do we get on there?
Fucking Marvin.
If someone is enterprising and they want to put work into it, then it's
maybe
like,
if they're that enterprising, they should just fulfill their campaign.
Right.
It's like I watched this documentary about this guy who he ran a team of thieves. Like they would steal from like Rite Aids and CVS's and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he said they were making $30,000 a day stealing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't get caught. They didn't arrest him. He went to CVS or something and wanted to be their head of security, and they told him no. Then they arrested him.
Crazy.
Don't they watch movies? Don't they know that this is how you get the right people in the right place?
Right.
Like this guy proved it, and now we're gonna hire him to fix us.
Right. You got the knowledge for this kind of stuff, and you don't use it properly. But
that only works in movies, right?
Yeah.
I broke into the oh no, wait, that works in real life too. Sorry.
Yeah.
Get it?
The CIA. Well, I mean, the FBI does hire hackers. So.
That was like Mark Zuckerberg, where he hacked the Stanford or whatever, college you went to. He hacked it to get all these addresses for Facebook, and when he was on his he was being on his trial, he was like, "You guys should be thanking me. Like, I showed you how all of this is fucked, and you now can make it better."
Yeah.
Imagine if he did that for comic books, right?
I see. The problem is, I think he would just figure out very quickly that there is no fixing that.
So why the fuck are we here, guys? Why are we here?
Because we crazy.
We are.
And not like a fox either. Like
no, just crazy.
Crazy.
Just fucking crazy.
That's it, man. But look, we're crazy because we're children at heart,
mm-hmm.
and we're following our hearts. We're just doing what we want to do, right?
Yeah, we are. We're having fun doing it. Fuck it. You gotta have fun doing this, man.
Yeah.
Right? Because why else would you be doing this? It's not for the dough. It's not for the girls. Well,
it's lack of dough.
Right. My wife only married me so she could get into Comic-Con for free. She says it all the time.
I spent yesterday digging through data on Comics Hub.
Okay.
That wasn't a good time, man. But I was able to find every store, not only every store, but every person that ordered a copy of The Edge.
Oh, very nice.
There you go. Good.
How many stores was it?
Huh?
How many stores was it?
75 stores through Comics Hub.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. And Comics Hub has what, about 150 using it, or?
So you got 50%.
200, almost 300 stores. So Comics Pro did a video yesterday, and they talked to Comics Hub, they talked to Managed Comics, they talked to Comic Suite, and there's another one. Comics Hub is the only one right now that has a publisher portal. I talked to Managed Comics. They said they were thinking about it, but I don't know if they're going to pull the trigger on it or not. But Stu from Comic, he was ready. He was ready because when I was talking to him in the chat, he's like, email me. I was like, email. He sent me my password. I logged in. Once I put my name in the publisher, it had all the data there already. I didn't have to do anything to put anything in. So all the books are listed there. So I didn't have to do that. But then I went into the data. I'm like, holy crap, is this gold? This data is freaking gold. Now I can send marketing emails to the fans and the stores.
Nice. That's what it's about.
I can plug in like a preview PDF, cover, etc. I can put in, do you want posters, etc., etc. So I can. There's a lot of stuff there to manipulate. I'm not done playing with it yet, but there's a lot of good stuff in there.
Is he going to be at Comics Pro this year or no?
Yes.
And you're going to do the online stuff, right?
Yeah. As soon as they send out emails, I mean it starts the 20th, and they haven't sent out any emails for.
Wait, the 20th this week?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay, I thought it was next month. All right.
No, it's this week coming up. So yeah, I mean they talked a lot about that Comic Standard thing they have, where they're trying to sync up all the data between comic shops, creators, and all the comic suites because nothing talks. There's nothing talking to each other, so books are lost. This is why you can't ever find anything. But they're trying to do that. They talked about the chapter 11 with Diamond, but didn't really they had a lawyer on there who was telling everybody what chapter 11 means and what they're possibly going through right now. But their auction is next month, so whatever happens is going to happen. We're not sending any more books to Diamond until after the auction's over.
Shit. I mean, what are they auctioning? Fucking furniture?
Everything.
Rights? Access to the accounts?
Everything must go. It's a fire sale.
Yep.
And Free Comic Book Day is on that.
Yep.
I think Lunar is going to snag that if they can.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I hope. Like I said, I don't know who's going to take it, but I'm pretty sure someone is going to end up wanting the comic portion of it.
Yeah. Well, there's 30 companies right now that want pieces. They didn't say what pieces, but there's 30 companies that are already in mode.
Like I said, I hope Midtown gets it because, like I said, I think from what I know of them, they'd be really good stewards of it. You know,
doesn't matter if they're stewards. I mean, they got to run a business.
It's going
to be. We already know they can run a business.
Yeah.
It's going to be who can pony up the cash is what it's going to come down to.
Yeah.
But it could be a situation where they put in like we'll do $1 million, and everybody gets afraid. It's like, I'm not paying that. I want that for that kind of money.
Mm-hmm.
So they might like put a high bid in, and then watch everybody fall off as they say, I don't know, it's too high.
I don't know. I mean, like I said, next month is gonna be real interesting.
That's it.
I got my dollar bid ready to go. Good.
I want that file cabinet.
Just so that you can say you can put that on like all your marketing materials. I bid on Diamond.
Yeah. I tried to save the comic industry.
You know,
what did you do?
I want to buy the logo. That's all I want.
You know, the four of us each put in $1 and create a pack.
It's kind of funny is that they originally had the Free Comic Book Day website separated from the Free Comic Book Day. Like, why would someone buy the website?
Yeah,
and not weird. the thing itself.
I want the bundle, right?
Yeah, right.
Who's gonna get previews? Damn, that's the part that hurts my soul. No previews.
Previews is gone, brother. Previews
I know.
I mean, it's a loss leader. Like, I don't like I said that I like whoever gets it. It's a loss leader. So will they want to do that from a loss?
But is it how much is every shop's contact information worth?
That's not the magazine.
Yeah, I'm
talking about the magazine.
I'm talking about that. I mean, it's in color. It's in color.
It was printed on newsprint. It's printed in. I think they print 50,000 of them.
Yeah, and they don't. It's not free. You know, the stores still buy it. You know.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I remember going to Coliseum Comics in Florida, and they were giving them out for free.
Yeah,
some stores give them away for free, but they still paid to get them.
Right.
Okay, understood.
Yeah. So I mean, if they're paying $2.50 or $2 per, you know, they're still raising 100,000 on it. That might cover their costs. Like it might be that between that and the advertising, that's maybe they're making a few bucks on it.
Right. Yeah, like, but it was house ads, dude.
Right. The question becomes then if someone does buy it, does the Diamond name stay, or do they just dissolve it?
That's probably up to them. They'll own the name, but if they want to keep using it, they can. And if they want to make a new name, they can make a new name.
And then someone brought up, will they keep the staff and people? They said, oh, why would you? Why would you? No. Why would, like, if you work for Diamond now and you call the shop, they just hang up. Like, I don't want to talk to you.
Right.
Yeah.
Shit.
I mean, but that's who I feel bad for. Like, they're not bad people. It's just we were put into a situation that you had nothing to do with.
Yeah.
Right. You know, people are going to be out of work, and that sucks, especially in today's climate.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then those people that are canned, other people are going to get the job.
Right.
So hopefully they'll come into a new environment that is, beneficial to the industry, Those guys will have a job. They'll be good at their job, hopefully. You can take the entire industry up if you have the right people doing the right things.
Right. Mm-hmm. I mean, that the outreach for that is what's going to be important, and that's where you can say that we're here to help revitalize this market that's slowly fading, because you haven't even gotten into March yet, and I've already seen, like, you had publishers close up. There's comic shops that are shut down because they can't survive.
Well, I think a lot of that has to do with, I don't know about Penguin Random House, but I'm pretty sure I read somewhere that Lunar, like, they want if they deliver, they want their cash.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, you got your delivery, give me my money.
Right. Well, and that's also because there were
credit.
Right. There were orders that you put in through Diamond for image books, and then they canceled all those shipments. Wow. So now you had to reorder those same books through Lunar, and they said, pass.
Oh, wow. Who said pass? The retailers or Lunar?
Well, Lunar told the retailers that, well, if you're going to reorder these books that you didn't get because Diamond, we pulled this away from Diamond, pay us now up front. We're not.
Oh, yeah. Because the thing is I'm a regular DCBS, like, every month. I'm a DCBS and I order my books every month. And I pay for the entire shipment up front.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like, you got a pull box and they're like, oh, yeah, we'll just hold it. No. Whatever you order, you pay for it. And that's it.
They said 4 things. Fuck you, pay me. That's what
exactly.
Right.
Yep.
And it's going to be like that for a while, because there's still system orders out there that weren't fulfilled. And the store was like, well, they got charged by Diamond. Now they have to go through the whole entire bankruptcy thing with Diamond of things that they were owed, that they paid for, that they're never going to get. So now they get a refund that they're never going to see, probably. And now they have to reorder those books. So they're paying double on those books.
Okay.
Yes. And that does suck.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But not what you're going to see is a bunch of shops are going to close because those ones that are Diamond loyalists aren't going to go anywhere else.
They're done.
Right. Well, they're done unless somebody picks it up. And the thing is the money that's supposed to be generated from the sale is, I believe, to cover all the creditors.
Yeah.
So depends how much money is raised, right? They might raise enough money that they cover all the creditors.
Mm-hmm.
It is possible. Yeah, right. We don't know. We're not gonna.
But speaking of done, though, we're at the hour and a half mark, guys. We're closing this out for tonight.
Jay just turned into a pumpkin.
We didn't go for that.
Guys, I gotta close out my Valentine's Day duties, fellas.
Pumpkin head.
Come on, guys. It's
guys.
It's Valentine's Day, right? And the missus needs all of my loving. All of the loving, right? We haven't finished out the night. You guys got a little bit of love. The people that were watching us on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram got a little bit of love. Captain America got a little bit of love tonight. Rob Liefeld didn't get any love, and hopefully Diamond gets some love to round things out. But before we get out of here, Tom, you want to tell everybody where they can find you, brother?
No.
Okay, good.
It's right there. Right there. All the information is there.
Speedy, Calderon, you want everybody to know where they can find you, dude?
Yeah. This Sunday night on the YouTubes, you can find me right here. There you go.
All right.
Who's going to be on your show then Sunday night?
I don't know. I got a bunch of people. I got a list of people somewhere.
Some guy.
Jay's one of them, so Jay will be.
I got a couple people in there.
Jay, I think Mark is going to show up. A couple.
So what you're telling me is you got somewhat of a plan. You got part of a plan.
No, I got a list. I got
10% of a plan.
10% of a plan. It's like, here we go. I'll read it out to you. Okay. DM Ray, Justin Koch, Vaughn Coleman, Isaac Fox. There you go. Mr. Rosario and Mr. Marcus McNeil. There you go. That's the list.
Well, what about Mr. Tom and Mr. Marvin?
All right. You understand that I try to keep the show at 7 slots, right? 7 slots. We try to keep it always. We get 9 or we get 8, it starts to get a little too crowded. And
you're like He'll message me like Saturday morning. Hey, you want to be on the show tomorrow?
Yeah, right. Maybe. That's happened.
At least you get that. Tom gets 2 minutes before showtime. Hey, yeah. Jay can't make it. You want to come in? I'm like, there's no football until August. So, yeah, why not?
Yeah, Sundays are good until September.
Here we go. All right. But, Marvin, where can they find you, brother?
You can find me on theedgecomic.com and comicsbird.com. All the socials are connected.
Way to be. And you can find me at unstoppablecomics.com. You can also hear Comic Book Streamland on YouTube, Unstoppable Comics on Facebook, and on Instagram. And I want to thank you all for hanging out with us. Thank you for giving us your time. And I hope you come back next week. All right, we'll be here bullshitting with y'all. Later.
Have a good night for everybody.